Hello, Danilo. Hello, I'm here.
Help
I'm
me.
here. And
I know this last part of the meeting, but I'm not used for it. So please help.
yes, I know. Usually we have Luca Pedrazzini
Yeah.
introducing the Be Part of a Tech Talk. Today it's you. I know it's a sudden change, but it's an easy episode, very light episode. We're gonna talk about IT operation,
Oh,
reliability, and when
good.
we talk about reliability, we need to talk about non-functional requirements. It's one of the main things in the non-functional requirements of any given system, along with performance, scalability, blah, blah, blah. But today we want to focus about reliability and availability. Before I jump to this, I want to say a personal experience about living in Europe with specifically ATM machines, and maybe in general about any machine, any digital tech machine.
And
There is a
without
lack of
mention,
reliability.
sorry, without mention anything, but today it's a very good day to speak about availability and reliability. I think we all know what I mean.
Of course, people in the backstage know. Uh, from my personal experience living in Europe, we do have a problem in ATM machines. Not only in, I'm not talking about Italy where we are based in Bergamo. No, I'm talking about all over Europe. I couldn't find studies that supports this directly, but I found studies that supports it indirectly. According to a report issued by France, a famous bank in France, I'm not able to mention the name and I prefer not to mention the name, an average estimate to install an ATM machine in any place in Europe is 35,000 euros. This covers the machine, the support, the maintenance, the rent space of the machine itself. So how come do we spend all of this amount and we still have reliability issues in 2024, where it's the era of technology now? From, again, my personal experience, a very small story. I've entered a football pitch once and I was late and I was like, guys, sorry, I passed through 3 ATM machines and they're all not working. I couldn't withdraw money. Everyone seems to be like normal. It's welcome to France, I think, or I was in Barcelona, I don't remember. Welcome to Barcelona, welcome to France, whatever. So it seems the people on ground, they know this. The people in their daily life, they are aware of this. Where I come from in the Middle East, yes, there is failure sometimes. Yes, there is sometimes an ATM machine doesn't work. But this happens once every 2 years, once every 3 years. Interesting that Europe and the USA and sometimes China, they are the providers of this technology. So how come we do have an issue in this area? I've invited a guest. We have David Baraldi, a system engineer who works
Hello, everyone.
in a very big bank in Italy in the operation managing ATM machines. Am I right, David?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, we deal with a lot of problems, a lot of issues, complaints, but it's also pretty nice to have constant problem solving every day. Many things can go wrong when you operate and manage ATM machines.
No, but wait, sorry, David. Tell us from the beginning, what do you do? What is your...
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm so used to talking about that and solving issues that I'm always starting super fast. So we are a pretty small office and we manage more than 1,900 ATM machines in all of Italy. So we look at them, we check for software and hardware issues, for reliability issues. We check if, some machines are empty, so there's no cash in it. And we need to ask for extra interventions. We also collect and analyze a lot of data, like we are asked if some machines are performing well or are performing poorly, if we have to remove or add machines, if there are places of interest, like there is a concert, yeah, we need an ATM machine there, it needs to work perfectly because it's a big concert. There are so many things we can talk about, but yeah, broadly speaking, we manage and analyze data about ATM machines in all of Italy.
So from your office, you see the 1,900 machine of your bank, and you know exactly what machine is operating and what machine is not operating.
Yeah, we know absolutely everything about every single machine, every single little detail.
What makes a machine fail? What makes a machine out of service? What the issues could be?
Yeah, there could be software or hardware issues, of course. Mainly
Okay.
there are hardware issues because ATM machines are made of several little components. Every single component has its own failure points and its own certification. So, like, since we are dealing with money, you can just put I don't know, a piece in there and say, yeah, this takes the money, this gives the money. No, every single thing has to be certified at European level. So you have to check if the providers are up to date with the certifications, and these are certification issues, software issues. Like, your provider gives you a software and you have to check if it's up to date, if it has problems, if I don't know, there are also critical failures on the software, hardware problems, like money gets stuck all the time. Things that are not money get stuck all the time. This is a big problem. Like, you
Really?
take,
No, tell us. Like what?
yeah, you take out your wallet, right?
Yeah.
You are going, you are late for an appointment. You take out your cash, and in between the cash there is a foreign object, something that shouldn't be there. I don't know, points from the supermarket, little paper
Okay.
points, or a paper clip. Why you should have a paper clip in the wallet? But some people do. A lot of people do. This thing goes accidentally into the ATM machine and
Oh,
creates enormous damage. Like, we are talking about big numbers to repair that. So
okay.
this
So
is, yeah,
it's very weird. I've never heard this. It's very weird, and I assume
yeah.
people don't know this information. So there is logistic involved. It's not about only the software that you, David, as managing and can manage from your office. It's not only the hardware, but there is a logistic. Someone needs to go to this machine, open it, and
Yeah. We don't only manage the machines. We also contact and are in contact and work with, tens of offices and people, because a lot of parts are involved. We have technicians that go and make technical fixes. We have people that security, because of course you can move money, just go there, open
yeah.
it, put the money. You can't. So we have security, and we have to combine the security needs and the technicians need. But we also have people that fix the software issues or network issues. So we also have IT technicians and how I say, network technicians, network providers. All these parts are involved. We also have the branches, the bank branches that require support. Sometimes they ask us directly, and we have to give them direct support because, of course, they have a lot of other things to do. So yeah, there are
So,
a lot of parts involved.
so you would know where the issue is, where is this ATM issue, and you will start taking actions based on the issue. But after this phase, it is not your duty. It is not your work anymore. It goes
No,
back to the on-ground service of this ATM.
no. It's still our duty. We have to
It's
check
still
from start. Yeah, from start to beginning. Me and my colleagues, IT support, we give support from the data analysis phase, what is required, business information and whatnot. But we also check that what we ask, and we check the status. Like, we ask for a technical fix. We have to check that they went there, they fixed it, it's still working, and we have to track all of this every day.
and I imagine 1,900. If four or
Yeah,
five are broken every day, there is a lot of operational work that needs to be done by many collaborators, by many
yeah,
different
yeah.
departments
See,
involved.
so yeah, you say sometimes ATM aren't working, and you're surprised about that. Sometimes I'm kind of surprised that a lot of them are working because there's a lot of things involved. Yeah,
It's not the best experience to have from a bank. Italy has 33,000 ATM machines. France has 34,000. Germany has 58,000.
yeah,
Big numbers. All the globe, around the globe, there is 3.2 million ATM machines. And these ATM machines are declining, David, by the way. According to studies, it says that the number every year is declining because of the money digitalization flow and stuff. But David, agree with me, they will not disappear. I don't think ATM machines will disappear. A lot of people use it, and they rely
yeah,
on it for cash flow. Cash flow still exists, And ATM machines are not only about deposit and withdraw. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? You do transactions, you do like payment services transactions, you do
Yes,
operational
yes, yes, yes.
transaction between
Yes, of
accounts.
course.
What a lot of
Of course.
things can be. It's a mini bank. It's a small bank.
Yeah,
Instead of
yeah,
going
and also investments are being made in order to place more advanced ATM machines. You know, so
Mm,
like you say, in order to allow them. Allow people to do many more operations because of course every bank now has the home banking systems, app systems, but in the end a lot of people still prefer to go and check at the ATM machine. This is, we're talking big numbers again. It's not like I
yes,
was thinking before working in this office. I was like, who is still checking? I don't know, his balance at the ATM machine. A lot of people,
Allah.
incredible high amount of people. Yeah,
Another statistic I have in Italy, I have this number: 4 million Italians, they
yeah,
don't interact with banks for
yeah,
so many reasons, but that's 7% of the population. It's yes, it's a huge number. It's a huge number. David, is there any automation process on the way, or can we automate things? Can we make the service better in any ways? I'm not talking about your bank. I'm talking in general from your experience in this field.
yeah. I think automation is the very present and the very future of this kind of IT operations. Like a lot of things can be improved, but since so many parts are involved, in order to automate a process, you have to be perfectly aligned with other people. That's also why it's important that the people like us, external collaborators, understand perfectly how all the ramification and all the connections work inside this kind of work, like who
Mhm.
does what, why, and how he does it. That's why it's also extremely important to have very broad knowledge about IT. Maybe we are not specialized in something extremely niche, but we still need to understand because, you know, even a little network problem can take days, weeks to solve. But if we understand and can speed it up or automate it, like you're saying, or trying to create and suggest new processes on how to automate it, we can really speed up the time it takes to fix the situation. And so we will have less people that complain, yeah, get used to it. It's Italy, they don't work, you know.
Or Barcelona or France. I'm not only saying
Yeah,
Italy,
yeah,
by the
yeah,
way.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, really. It's not only in Italy. It's all over Europe. There is, and from what we're understanding from you, it's more of a logistic on ground issue. It is not a software issue. It's not. It might be a hardware issue, but the main problem is not hardware. David, as we have you here, I would like to ask you two personal questions.
Yeah.
Is summer a peak in withdrawing money, or it's not? Is it a high
Yeah,
season in
yeah, 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 yeah,
in
yeah.
your
Of
business?
course, there is, of course, high season under Christmas. Like
Okay.
it's war under Christmas. I've been, I'm I'm pretty new to the office, but I've heard stories. I've heard stories, and they're not pretty stories. I mean, they have to work perfectly because they are assaulted by people who need to withdraw. Of course, uh, and some locations more than time frame. Like of course, in June, July, August at seaside locations, if one ATM machine doesn't work for like half an hour, 1 hour, we suddenly
Big
hear
problem.
complaints. Yeah, there's no one that you say, oh, yeah, for one day it didn't work. No, it's not working. We need to fix this. Yeah, because there are tourists, and tourists, of course, complain, and it's a damage if the machine is not working. So we have to,
Economical
yeah,
damage, satisfaction damage, a lot of
yeah,
ways it
yeah,
can,
yeah,
a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
ways.
yeah.
Another light question that I personally have for you. We hear a lot about people getting stuck in ATM machine on internet. It's all over the internet. Have you ever faced something like that?
Yeah, unluckily, I have not heard of this kind of thing. But I would
No.
have liked to because it would be fun. You know, you arrive at work, you have slept badly because it's so hot, and you enter the office, you still have your coffee, you open your laptop, and it's like, that man gets stuck in the ATM machine. Oh no, let's send someone and unlock it. You know, but yeah, it would be fun. Unlucky
It
doesn't happen.
depends. It depends. It might be a bad situation. Depends on how big this ATM machine room is. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's one of the methods you hear a lot on social media, so I took it as an opportunity to understand from you. Thank you, David. We can close it here, but I have a message to the banks that ATM customer experience is important and it's not going anywhere. No matter how we decline the number of POSs or point of sale, they will still exist. In Dubai and in the other part of the world, you issue a card in the ATM machine, you issue your physical card if you want, and you do a lot of things through this vending machine. So please, brand awareness, brand affinity to promote and cross-sell promotions related to the bank. I believe we need a better customer experience in ATM transactions. And I hope you agree with me, and even Danilo, if you have anything from your personal experience regarding ATM machines in Europe.
I was really locked here in Germany. One of the first days I was here in Germany, I got stuck in an ATM machine, really.
Inside an ATM machine?
I mean, there was a bank with a slide door.
Yeah.
I went in and the electricity gone while I was inside. Really, that's a really true story.
Thankfully, it ended like this. It's not bad. It's not so bad. Depends again on the room itself. But
yeah, it was big, but was really 25 minutes. I had even no phone with me, nothing. So I was just.
It can easily be serious. It can easily
we will ask the business to add some sofas, some refreshment, just in case someone gets stuck. You know.
Thank you, David, so much for your time today. Thank you, and thank you for clarifying a lot of things for us normal people who are away of this industry and away from this field. And please, everyone who's watching us, David has an article about bankomats. Not very what we talked about today, but it is related. ATM machines and bankomats. Please read it on floatingpoint.sorint.it. Again, thank you so much, David.
Thank you, David.
And that's all. Thank you.
Nice. Good. Okay.
So Danilo, that's all for this episode. Thank you.